G'day and welcome everyone, EmrickXV here, and welcome back to another episode in a year in Minecraft Hardcore. This is hardcoreXV, and we are playing Hardcore Minecraft in the spawn chunk. I hope you enjoyed the first few days in March. April is now here, and hopefully we've got a very cool month ahead of us. So, if you haven't seen this series, be sure to check out the YouTube channel for any of the other hardcore episodes. Alright, let's get into it. hardcoreXV, April, here we come. April 1st, the 7th day on this world, we basically decided to keep on mining out the spawn chunk for resources. We were running all the way around the perimeter of the spawn chunk so that we didn't encroach too far outside the original chunk that we started in. Gold, excellent. We're getting a few resources here, but we are going to be incredibly limited. Finally, day 8, we found some lava. Let's get a bucket. Lava's going to be interesting because we're going to be able to get into the nether now, which is pretty cool. Hopefully, we've got some interesting stuff to explore in the nether. We started stripping out the bottom of this chunk to try find some diamonds, and it wasn't looking good. This bit of dirt is actually outside the chunk. Diamonds, sensational, but they are outside the chunk. Should I take them or should I not? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to keep digging in my chunk, and then we will work out if we're going to take these. It's really unsafe digging under lava like this, but we've got to try find some diamonds in our chunk. Otherwise, we go, oh, that's right, we found some. I forgot about that. And yeah, this is why. Look at this right here. Yep, could have burnt up. So we found 5 diamond ore. Pretty handy. That's a diamond pick right there, and potentially an enchanting table. So things are looking up for this series. Let's pick these up and let's get out of here. So day 10, we finally got ourselves back to the surface, and we started by knocking out a heap more trees. We still only have birch and oak though. Out in the distance, I can see dark oak, and I can also see some spruce up on this hill. Do you think we should go out and get them? One thing I definitely do need is wool. So let's make up a heap more planks, and let's go venturing out to find some sheep. I'm pretty sure there's some out on the plains here. Sheep located. Let's try to get these 2 back to the compound, and then we can finally sleep after 10 days in this world. Now we've got that wool all collected, let's make our bed and sleep our first night. 10 days without a bed. It's been pretty rough. The phantoms have started to come out, and a night's rest is well deserved. Day 11. This thing really isn't working, so let's rip it down. It's not working, so we'll think of something else. So we did decide to bridge out to find this spruce tree. I really do want to have as many different types of wood as we can, because otherwise the building is going to be a little bit bland. So let's hope we get a spruce sapling off this tree, and yeah, head back to our compound and think of what we're going to build around it. So day 12, we're back to our morning ritual of collecting up wheat and seeds. Once we have finished that, we decided to get back down into the chunk and dig out some more of our chunk. Basically trying to get ourselves more resources, seeing how much iron and coal we've got to work with, and yeah, see what we're going to be able to do moving on in this series. With quite a few iron picks gone, we decided to make our first diamond pick. Very handy. With day 13, I decided to revisit the mob spawning. So down in the spawn chunk, we cleared out a nice area to make it nice and dark and a safe spot for mobs to spawn. We really do probably need some zombie villagers so that they can help us with some very much needed resources. If I put these oak fence panels up, hopefully we'll be safe. Let's see how that all goes. So we went away for a little bit and let's have a look. Excellent. We've got a bunch of creepers. Now just to try deal with them without them blowing up. Could be a little bit interesting. Working so far, but yeah, didn't quite work. Moving into day 14, we decided to keep on gathering resources. It's been pretty handy so far, and we've got quite a few little bits and pieces. And the mob farm, well, it's sort of working. It's a little bit tough fighting these skeletons from time to time, but we're getting a few drops. And I decided to start preparing an area for zombie villagers. Being very positive, clearly. With our cow farm, we can now actually make ourselves a full set of leather armour. Hopefully that should help us out. We also managed to sneak off on day 14 and find some chooks and get them back into the compound, which should be very useful. Guess what we did on day 15? You guessed it, gathered up some more wheat. Always going to need wheat, so may as well do it every morning when we can. We decided to separate the sheep and the cows as well. They were being a bit of a pain, so just dropping a couple of more fences in made us be able to get them all separated. Towards the end of day 15, I decided to gather up some more wood. I started having a bit of an idea for a structure around our spawn chunk. Day 16, 100 days of Minecraft hardcore across 3 worlds, and we're dealing with lots of skeletons. So the idea I had for the structure around this spawn chunk is a wizard tower. I thought that could be quite cool and we can make it quite tall, so let's maybe get some foundations set up. Quite a big circle, and I have gone outside the spawn chunk here, but we are still only using resources within the spawn chunk, sort of. And let's stop building at night time. These guys got in while I was trying to finish off the last of the foundations, and yeah, we don't really need that, so we're going to have to sort that out pretty quickly. Day 17, our last zombie. Let's get this guy sorted out, and let's keep on going with this structure for building up around our spawn chunk. I love the idea of a wizard tower, and I think a big circle and building it up should actually look pretty effective and cool. Just got to remember to light up as we go. We don't want mobs spawning out here while we're building, do we? How's the mob farm going? I've got a bow now, so it's a little bit easier. Day 18 saw us retexturing the foundations on a wizard tower, using some stone and cobblestone. I'm sort of hoping to bring this up naturally, and then turning it into stone bricks the further we go up the tower. I think that'll look pretty cool texture-wise and give a nice transition. We also finished off collecting up a bunch more wheat and spending some time breeding up our sheep and cattle. We're going to have to keep these guys going because they're going to be a good food source. Hold the phone. Day 19, and I didn't actually collect wheat this day. I don't know what happened here. Never mind. The mob spawner is actually working really well, but there's a downside. It's pretty tough. Yep, I reckon that's about the 5th time this thing's blown up. Maybe I have to start thinking of another plan. Right, let's collect up some wood to finish off this day 19. And yeah, maybe we'll go for an adventure tomorrow. Day 20 and our roof is on and things are looking good. But I think I want to go get some dark oak. So time to venture outside of the spawn chunk once again. By the time I finish this world, we're going to have boardwalks left, right and centre because I've wanted to go down and get these sorts of resources. Anyway, let's make another one. Dark oak. Now we're going to need 4 saplings here, so we're going to have to hope we're going to get pretty lucky picking up all these leaves and getting 4 saplings. Let's get away from that dude. Jeez. Where's me bow? Let's take him out from a distance. We don't want these guys creeping up on us again. That's death right there. Good night, Mr. Creeper. Wow. Day 21 and we're halfway through April already. Let's get these dark oak saplings down and hopefully we can start getting ourselves a few more saplings. We're going to have to increase our stone production as well, so extra furnaces required, and let's get some smooth stone cooking. And to finish everything off, I think I might just add a run of stairs all the way along the top of the tower here to give it that little bit more, and that will probably do it. Day 22, and we started back on the full blocks. A combination of andesite, cobblestone and smooth stone should just finish this off very nicely. Don't know what's going on with this Enderman here. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I just displace you? Thank you very much. Right, let's get back into it. All day. That was all day we were running out those blocks. And I would like to sneak outside to see what it looks like at some point. Day 23, we're back to collecting up some more wood. Resources are going to be limited during this playthrough, so it's going to be a bit of this. Excuse me, Mr. Spider. You climbing up my tower? Off you go. So we're going to have this little void outside the spawn chunk. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with that little bit yet, but I'm pretty happy with how it's all looking, just making sure there's no little holes left. On day 24, we're back down at the mob spawner. It's not the most effective, but we are getting a handful of drops, which is better than nothing. We also need to make sure our chooks are repopulating, so collecting the eggs on a regular occasion and hoping we can make some more babies, and feeding them up with excess seeds from the wheat fields. We want to make sure this is a good source of food and potentially arrows. Look at that, it's coming along quite nicely. It's going to be pretty tall, I think, but yeah, quite happy with how that's all looking. Day 25, we're heading back outside. When I was up on the hill last time, I came across and spotted this swamp, and that means sugarcane. That is progression right there. We're going to need sugarcane to make paper and an enchantment table. So I'm pretty glad I spotted this one. I realise it's outside the chunk, but we're really going to have to go get a few bits and pieces. So let's make a little sugarcane farm here. Nothing fancy, just a water source under the chunk border, and we'll plant this sugarcane alongside it. We'll make sure we start collecting that up as it grows. Day 26, and I had forgotten to take my shears out to the swamp because there's vines on these oak leaves. So collecting those up means that we can add mossy cobblestone to our repertoire. Back to the tower, and we're making a very simple vine farm. Just a run of cobblestone up high and planting the vines at the top, and we'll just trim them off when they grow. We also added a cobblestone generator. I think we're going to need to put that in here so that we can collect up cobblestone infinitely. It's a pretty big tower, so let's get to it. Let's collect up some cobblestone. On day 27, we added a second level inside the tower here, just a run of slabs all the way around. We also did just our basic farming, collecting up a heap of eggs and creating more baby chickens, feeding up our cows and sheep to make sure we've got plenty of animals here. I also started deciding that we need to go to the nether. So my first piece of golden armour, we're going to put a helmet on and we're going to go have a look at the nether very soon. Day 28, and we're back down in the spawning area. What's in here this time? Let's hope we can sort them out. Looking pretty good so far. We're getting a little bit better. It's not blowing up every single time. Right back down to the bottom of our chunk, and we're chasing some obsidian. We're going to have to be a little bit cheeky here and try and steal some obsidian from outside of the spawn chunk. Let's see how we go. Wow, even speeding obsidian up like this is still very slow. But we got a heap of it, which is really good. It's day 29 and we're still getting spiders up on top of the tower. They're a little bit cheeky and they keep on climbing up, but they're not too bad at least. We decided to start tapering the tower in here. So we're coming in a block and we're going all the way around again. We're tying in a fair few more stone bricks because as we go up in this tower, I want to see it being constructed out of better materials. So stone brick it is. Day 30, and I want to start finding myself some flint. So we have a little bit of gravel and hopefully flint. Excellent. Up the top of this next level is where we're going to have our nether portal. I decided to do this little crossbeam of wood just to get a different colour into the build, and yeah, I think this would be quite nice if we just add a nether portal right here in the middle and a few trapdoors just to keep us protected. What's this then? Day 31 and I'm collecting wheat in the morning, as if I haven't done this before, but it has to be done. Wheat has to be collected. And I guess we'll go into the nether as well. Has to happen eventually. I wonder where we'll end up. Let's find out. Time to light it, I guess, and hope it's nice to us. That's not nice. Crimson forests are not nice. Hyperdrive mode. Quickly. Protect it. Protect it. Done. Okay, we're protected. Crimson forest, are we serious? Well, what am I going to do about this? Not really sure what I expected. I kind of hoped I'd be straight in the nether fortress, but not to be. Never mind. Day 32, double back and got a heap more resources, turned on my chunk border and decided to build a wall. Not really sure what I'll do in the nether at this stage, whether or not I do something similar to the overworld with boardwalks, but we really need a nether fortress, so I'll have to think about that one. Maybe let me know in the comments below. There was a fair bit of stuff in here, so we had to just make sure everything was cleared off to reduce the amount of spawning spaces available to hoglins. Really didn't want to have to deal with them. So with the last tree coming down on day 33, I was really racking my brain to work out how I could use the nether in this series. I suppose we could just create a big boardwalk going north, east, south and west. That might work. And we've also got a stack of resources here. Maybe I can use some of this netherrack, dig up and dig down and see what we can find. After 2 days coming and going in the nether, I was quite happy to be on top of my tower once again on day 34. My thought process went to a bigger mob farm. I decided to start making a little bridge. I realised we're going outside the spawn chunk here, but we're not actually going to the deck. So my thought process is a little bridge, and hopefully this little bridge will just lead us to an old school mob spawner where we can get some drops and some good XP. Day 35, wow, we're almost at the end of April. That little bridge is looking pretty good. Now it's onto the platform. If I make a circle, it's not going to be the most efficient, but I think it'll look nice and it will complement the main tower. Whenever I could, I was collecting up sugarcane. We need that enchanting table. And we worked on our circle. I think I stuffed up here, so I had to redo it a couple of times. Day 36, and I think I had the circle. It's looking pretty good, and now I think about it, I reckon we can use this platform for a secondary purpose. We're going to add some dirt, and this is going to be our tree farm as well as our mob spawner. I think that just pulls a few things out of the main tower. That took us a fair bit of time. Day 36, and we've only got 1 day left. We're going to have to keep working through the night. Onto the tower. I think we want to be up 22, 23 blocks, and that should look quite nice. And then we'll do our spawning platforms above. How's this looking? Pretty good? I think we've done pretty well. And that is the 30th of April. It's been fun. I think this is going to work out quite nicely, and I'm looking forward to building on this mob spawner in May. So thank you very much everybody. That's a year in Minecraft Hardcore, and we've just finished April. May is upon us, and hopefully we can keep on building and make this mob spawner awesome. So if you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see this series, why not consider subscribing to EmrickXV. I want to say thank you very much. I hope we see you in May, and I hope you survive. It's been great. We'll see you again.